We all have certain mindsets when it comes to working, family, retirement, certainly. And there are misconceptions there, misunderstandings, and we want to talk about ways that over time you can change and bring this mindset to the forefront. Welcome to the Mitlin Money Mindset Show. This is a podcast about the financial, money, and recreational mindset needed to successfully plan for and live your best life before and through retirement. Let's dive into today's show.
The opinions voiced in the Mitlin Money Mindset Show with Lawrence Sprung are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. No strategy ensures success or protects against loss. To determine what may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial or tax advisor prior to investing. Investment advisory services offered through CWM LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Guests on the Mitlin Money Mindset Show are not affiliated with CWM LLC.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Sprung, founder and wealth advisor at Mitlin Financial, and your host for the Mitlin Money Mindset Show. I want to thank everybody for listening in to our inaugural episode, and I assure you we have a great show planned for you today. I thought because this is our inaugural show that it would be a great opportunity for me to talk about one of the most asked questions here at Mitlin Financial. Now, being that we're a wealth management firm, you would think it's a financial related question like, when can I retire? Should I be putting money in my 401k or IRA? Nope. The most asked question that we receive here at Mitlin Financial is, where did the Mitlin name come from? People know that it's not my last name and it doesn't seem to be a family name. So quite often we get asked, well, where did the Mitlin name come from? It also happens to be our most viewed video on our website. So I know that there's an interest there. So I want to get that out of the way on our first show. I want to debunk the myth and let you know where Mitlin came from. MIT of Mitlin came from Mitchell Fried, who was my wife's grandfather. And LIN came from my mother's name, Linda Sprung. So interestingly enough, they passed away within several hours of each other. And it was shortly thereafter that I met my wife. And I had the opportunity to marry and raise a family, a beautiful family that I'm very, very grateful for. So the story goes that somewhere along the line, Mitchell and Linda must have met up and brought us together. Now, I'd like to give you a little bit of insight to who these people were. Now, Mitchell, I never met, my wife's grandfather, but I've heard countless stories about him being a veteran, an NYPD officer, and how giving and always willing to lend an open ear that he was. And he was always one to listen, which are great traits. And honestly, I wish I was able to meet him at some point along the way, but unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards. My mother, Linda, she was an awe-inspiring person. Although I only got to spend a short period of time with her as she got sick when I was very young and fought a valiant 10-plus year battle, she's somebody who taught me about family and the importance of it, listening, being level-headed, and being courageous. There aren't many people, especially back in the early 90s, that fought a battle with cancer for 10 plus years. They just didn't have the medications and the things and the tools available that they do today. And when I was forming Mitlin Financial and thinking about a company name, I thought a lot about these two people, and it really came to me that why not take these two great individuals, one from my wife's side of the family, one from my side of the family, again, who amazingly passed away within several hours of each other. I mean, you can't even make this story up. Literally, when I met my wife, we were reconciling where we had been over the last several weeks and months, and we pinpointed it down to within hours that they passed away. So we thought, why not take these two people and memorialize them in the name of the firm? And truly, we feel that they embody so many of the qualities that we would want to have in our firm and in our organization. And to this day, we keep that story in mind and strive to bring that to you, our listeners, our clients, and everybody that we deal with and work with on a daily basis. So we debunked the myth. We debunked the question. You now know the answer. And I hope that you have a great understanding of where Mitlin came from. I would also like to take this opportunity to tell you about what this podcast is about and what you should and could expect going forward. One of the things that I've seen in the financial industry in my 20 years experience is there's a lot of jargon, a lot of industry terms, a lot of concepts that seem confusing. In many cases, they're really not. I think that the industry to a degree has created this situation where it is just confusing by design. What we're going to be doing is taking these complex topics and simplifying them, bringing them down to a very easily understandable and digestible concept that anybody who's listening to this podcast can understand. I mean, honestly, if my kids are listening to this podcast, I want them to be understanding of what we're discussing on the show and be able to take these concepts and implement them in their own life and their own situation. We're also planning on having engaging and entertaining and, of course, timely guests. We want to bring to you people that you're going to find interesting, that are going to help enforce these topics and these concepts. Maybe they're utilizing them in their practice, in their day-to-day life, and bringing them down onto a level from a different point of view that we can help encourage and show you how to implement those concepts in your life. Now, keep in mind, this podcast is not only about financial situations, not just about money, but it's also about the recreational mindset needed to successfully plan and live your best life before and through retirement. So in addition to financial and money topics, we're also going to be bringing you recreational topics, things that you might enjoy doing on a regular day, maybe on the weekends, on your time off, or things that you're looking forward to doing in and when you're in retirement. Maybe we're looking, for instance, maybe a golf pro is somebody you'd be interested in, somebody who has a deep appreciation for wine or whiskey, or a fishing expert. We want recreational things that you have interest in and bring those guests to you and bring you engaging and interesting topics. We're also going to be talking about simple ways that over time you can change your mindset. We all have certain mindsets when it comes to working, family, retirement, certainly. And there are misconceptions there, misunderstandings, and we want to talk about ways that over time you can change and bring this mindset to the forefront. We're also going to be interviewing people that have impacted my life personally and those that I believe can add value to yours. These people are people that have had an impact on my life, whether it has to be in the financial services industry or otherwise, but I want to bring you other topics than just those financially related ones. And I think that these individuals can add tremendous value to you. Now, we can't do this alone. We obviously have a long guest list of folks that we're lining up for this show, but we also need your help. We want you to feel free to email us at podcast, P-O-D-C-A-S-T, at mitlinfinancial.com with ideas for guests, topics, or simply feedback about the show. We want this to be our show, not my show, not your show, our show. So we're very open to feedback. if you have ideas about topics you'd like to learn about, or you are or know of a guest that would be fantastic for our show. We want that feedback. So please email us at podcast, podcast, at mitlinfinancial.com with those ideas. Now, those of you who know me, my sign off usually is make it a great day. But for this podcast, we're going to change things up a little bit because as we work on our mindset and think about how we're going to get in the right mindset financially, money, recreationally, so we can successfully plan for and live our best life before and through retirement. My new sign-off is going to be a question that I'm going to address to every guest, and I'll address myself, which I'm going to start out today myself. What did you do today that brought you joy and put you in the right mindset for success? Let me repeat that one more time, and maybe while I'm saying it, you think about your answer to this question. What did you do today that brought you joy and put you in the right mindset for success? Well, I'll tell you what I did today, and I typically do this about 5 times a week. I ride the Peloton. It brings me a tremendous amount of joy. It does many things for me. Yeah, sure, it helps me stay in shape. I ride 5 times a week, just about 30 to 45 minutes, and really, it brings out a lot of things for me. One, it's in a quiet place. I put my headphones on, I listen to the music. More than the instructor, I get very tuned into the music, and I typically go anywhere between 10 to 12 miles. During this period of time, again, I'm listening to the music, somewhat zen in a groove, just trying to ride away. I'm burning calories, which is making me feel good. I'm bringing my heart rate up, which is making me feel even better. And it gives me a sense of accomplishment when I hop off the bike. And there is also one other component to the Peloton that I really, really enjoy. And it's probably the one thing that has kept me tied to it and kept me consistently working out. I've tried to work out for a very long time consistently, and it's only been over the last 2 years since I've gotten my Peloton that I've been able to do it consistently. And I'll tell you what that glue is. The glue is the competition. I love the fact that there's a leaderboard. If I'm 50th on the leaderboard, I'm looking at number 49, trying to accomplish and move up that notch, even if it's one notch at a time. But it really does a lot for me. So there are the health aspects, there's the music aspect, there's the thinking aspect because I'm by myself. And the biggest aspect for me is it gets my competitive juices flowing. So that's something that brings me joy. And what I want you to do is at the end of the day or in the morning, think about what did you do today or what are you going to do today that brought you joy and put you in the right mindset for success. That's what I want to leave you with today. I appreciate your listenership. We look forward to bringing you awesome content, and stay tuned and look for our next episode of the Mitlin Money Mindset Show. Thank you for joining us this week on the Mitlin Money Mindset. Make sure you visit our website at mitlinfinancial.com and be sure to smash the subscribe button so you don't miss a show. We encourage you to help others find our valuable content. And listen, please, don't keep us a secret. You can also schedule an Is There a Fit call right from our website or by using the link that you'll find in the description section of your podcast player or app. Be sure to join us for our next episode to learn more about the mindset needed to successfully plan for and live your best life before and through retirement.
The opinions voiced in the Mitlin Money Mindset Show with Lawrence Sprung are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. No strategy ensures success or protects against loss. To determine what may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial or tax advisor prior to investing. Investment advisory services offered through CWM LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Guests on the Mitlin Money Mindset Show are not affiliated with CWM LLC.